Truth smiled upon the gracious golden game. So that's the game of mind. And to smile. Okay, you want to enjoy it? Go ahead, enjoy. Each idea, each thought, whatever it is, you want to enjoy it? Go ahead, enjoy. Enjoy. Out of her hush eternal spaces lean, the great and boundless goddess faint to yield the sunlit sweetness of her secrecy. Why she is eating? Because that is the only way by which she can go down and work something here. She has to abandon. So slowly it is a kind of an evolution, how the higher is leaning and stooping down to lower and lower level, you see. Because that is the only way by which the multiplicity can be worked out. Out of her hushed eternal spaces, she leaned down, the great boundless goddess, faint to it. Well, she is not actually losing herself, but for a certain purpose, as if it looks as though she is fainting to it. The sunlit sweetness of her secrecies, those secrecies are there up there in the eternal spaces, but then she is keeping them back, you see. Incarnating her beauty in his clasp. Again, same image. She gave for a brief kiss her immortal lips and drew to her bosom one glorified mortal head. Drew to her bosom one glorified mortal. For that purpose, she is leaning down. Why is she leaning down? Pain to listen, because only that sweetness can then come here around, you see. Our out of her hushed eternal spaces, she leaned down for that purpose. And she used her, she gave for a brief kiss her immortal limb, and drew to her bosom one glorified mortal head. She made earth her home, for whom heaven was too small. Well, she has come down here, she has made earth. That is the way. She has to faint, she has to come down, she has to keep aside all her greatnesses, all those glories, beautiful things, whatever they are there, and she has to make this. Why? For a certain purpose. That things might happen here. For whom heaven was too small. What do you mean by heaven is too small for her? Because heaven cannot grow in individuality, in multiplicity. There is oneness of idea. But if you want to multiply, spread around, be many, then heaven becomes too small for you. Heaven becomes too small for you. She made earth her home, for whom heaven was too small. In a human breast, her occult presence lived. Well, the truth is there, it's not known to us, but it is there, the truth is there. He carved from his own self his figure of her. He, that human, cast from his own self his figure of her. Well, so each one will make an image of his own for that goddess. For him, she will be Durga, she will be Parvati, she is Saraswati, whatever you want to call them. She will be Maria, she will be Fatima, whatever you want to call them. It goes on like that, you see. He carved from his own self his figure of her. She shaped her body to a mind's embrace, and she allows it to happen. She allows it to happen. So that each one sees, for you it is Durga, for you it is Kali, for you it is Saraswati. It can go on like that, multiplying them. And to thought's narrow limits, she has come. That is a sacrifice in a way, but that is a purposeful sacrifice. That is an intended sacrifice. It is a functional sacrifice. It is a functional sacrifice. She saved her body to a mind's embrace. She sacrificed the truth. She kept her royalty aside. She kept her greatness. She kept everything of her aside for this purpose. That is sacrifice. Thus each is satisfied. He has shaped her body to a mind's embrace, and to thought's narrow limit she has come. Her greatness, she has suffered to be pressed into the little cabin of the idea. Idea has to become ideas. Reality has to become realities. Joy has to become joys. So for that kind of a thing, all these things is necessary, and therefore it happens. Her greatness has suffered to be pressed into the little cabin of the idea, the closed room of a lonely tinker's crown. She has lowered her height to the stature of our soul and dazzled our lids with a celestial gaze. Dazzled our lids. Our lids cannot see her light with celestial gaze. Thus each is satisfied with his high gain. Each is satisfied with his high gain. My truth, your truth, his truth, her truth, all these truths, each has been satisfied and you are happy. Now it's a different matter that your truth and my truth, we start quarreling with each other. We start killing each other. This is a separate thing, you see. Thus each is satisfied with his own high and thinks himself beyond mortality pleasant, a king of truth upon his separate throne. Each is a king on his own throne. This idea, that ism, that drishtanta, that darshana, each is a king of truth upon his separate throne. To her, possessor in the field of time, a single splendor caught from her glory seen, the one true light, her beauty's glowing whole. But thought nor word can seize eternal truth, obviously, because you have made her exclusive, and the integrality of her truth cannot be seized by that exclusivity. But thought nor word, not even word, can seize eternal truth. The whole world lives in a lonely ray of her sun. In our thinking's close and narrow lamplit house, in our thinking's close and so our house is what? Close and narrow lamplit house. We don't have the sun here. The truth sun is not here. In our thinking's close and narrow lamplit house, and our lamp is a clay lamp. Small little wick is burning here, see. So, the vanity of our shut mortal mind dreams that the chains of thought have made her our, that by our chains of thought we can make her our, chain her down, but only we play with our own brilliant bond. We are not aware that we are playing with our own limitations. Tying her down, it is ourselves we tie. Obviously, we have become exclusive possessor of a truth, see, democracy, monarchy, whatever you want to call it. Each one is so such a strong, powerful creed in our hypnosis of one luminous point. So he says hypnosis, really, hypnosis of one luminous point. Hypnosis, you look at a single point and you get hypnotized, you see, you get hypnotized. We see not what small figure of her we hold. Yes, we have made a small statue of her, small Durga, but she is a great goddess. She is, Shivandu says, and she is Maheshwari here. She is Parasathini there. But Shivandu speaks also, Maheshwari, Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Masa. Maheshwari, she is Maheshwari, goddess of wisdom. She is Maheshwari here. She is Parasathini there in Greek mythology, you see. Now, a person who is worshipping Maheshwari, he will ridicule Parasathini completely, you see. And vice versa. You will not see the other way. Vice versa, it goes on like that. She is Maheshwari here, she is Parasathini there. So we see what small figure of her. So we have made her a small figure of a Maheshwari alone, a small little idol, and we worship her there. We feel not her inspiring boundlessness. we share not her immortal liberty. Actually, even it's gone beyond that. This is as far as given goddess Maheshwari and Maheshwari and Palasatini. But then the other three are there, Mahakali is there, Mahalakshmi is there, Mahasaraswati is there. We have made them exclusive. We don't see the integral power which is behind them, the truth power which is greater than all the four, that we don't see at all. The Divine Mother, the Divine Shakti, the Divine Power, we don't see that. We have made each one exclusive. We have made Maheshwari exclusive, we have made Mahakali exclusive, we have made Mahasaraswati exclusive, we have made Mahalakshmi also exclusive, and they don't. In fact, that's the whole problem with us. That's the whole problem with us. Maheshwari, Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati, these are nothing but the four aspects of the Divine Being. Maheshwari, wisdom; Mahakali, power and Shakti; Mahalakshmi, harmony and sweetness and joy; Mahasaraswati. Now what has happened is that Maheshwari, wisdom, Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, these are the four powers. Brahmin, Maheshwari; Mahakali is Kshatriya; Mahalakshmi is harmony, and Shudra, Mahasaraswati, perfection. Now, these four things, Chaturvarna as we call them, have become so difficult to understand and grasp the true sense of it, you see. In fact, there is no collective organization which can function without the four powers coming together simultaneously and working together. Maheshwari, Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati have to work in a harmonious manner in any given organization, in any collectivity, in any given system, either it is a factory, whether it is an establishment or a state or a nation or a society, all the four powers have to work together. But now the quarrel is so much that he is Kshatriya, he is Shudra, he is Brahmin, see, and the tussle and the struggle goes on like that, you see. We have lost the truth which is there behind it. This is exactly what has happened here, Brahmin. In fact, Shudra is given the lowest status in the present Indian society. It is so degraded, but it is not that. All the jobs of perfection, engineers, doctors, philosophers, they are who are working for you, who are perfectionists in their given job, they are the Shudras. The inventors, the creators, the thinkers, bringers of knowledge, they are the Brahmin. The researchers, Einstein is a Brahmin. A medical doctor is a Shudra. If I call a medical doctor a Shudra, he will kill me immediately. See? Kshatriya, who stands for heroism, who stands for values, who defends greatness and loyalty. There is a harmony of exchange and all that thing. That is Vaishya. So that fourfold order of the society is completely lost because we have made it exclusive. Thus, it is even with the seer. And he says, thus it is even with the seer and sage. The seer will catch hold of his own God. The sage will worship his own God. For still the human limits the divine. Out of our thoughts, we must leap up to sight. We have to go beyond what he already made of him. Breathe her divine, illimitable air. Divine, illimitable air. That is not there. Her, of course, here for truth, the great wisdom, truth. Her symbol was supremacy, confession. Dare to surrender to her, absolute, dare to surrender to her. We don't do that. We don't surrender to her at all.